Are you terrified of losing your strength, your balance, your very independence as you age? What if I told you the surprising, almost unbelievable secret to reclaiming your youthful vigor isn't locked away in some expensive supplement, but could be sitting right there in your fridge, quietly waiting to transform your body? For too long, cheese has been unfairly branded a villain. Too fatty, too salty, a guilty pleasure. But today, I'm going to reveal a shocking truth that doctors and researchers are whispering about. A truth that could literally rebuild your muscles after the age of 65 and stop sarcopenia, the silent, insidious thief of muscle, dead in its tracks. If you ignore this video, you risk missing out on the easiest, most delicious way to stay strong, steady, and vibrant far into your golden years. This isn't just about food. It's about freedom. Stick with me, because the secret to an independent, powerful future is about to be unveiled, and it's going to surprise you. Dr. Wilyam Lai, and after dedicating nearly 30 years to helping older adults regain their strength and mobility, I've uncovered something truly remarkable. The right kind of cheese isn't just safe to eat. It can be one of the most profoundly effective foods for preserving and even building muscle mass as you age past 65. Millions are affected by sarcopenia, that creeping loss of muscle, but it doesn't have to be your inevitable fate. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 delicious everyday cheeses that are absolute powerhouses of proteins, healthy fats, and vital nutrients your aging muscles are crying out for. These aren't just any old cheeses you casually snack on. They are potent, natural tools for muscle repair, increasingly recommended by medical professionals who understand the science behind aging well. By the end, you'll know exactly which cheeses to choose, how much to eat, and crucially, when to eat them for maximum strength and minimal risk. Get ready to grab a pen and paper, because this is information you'll definitely want to keep close. Let's begin with a humble, yet incredibly potent champion. Cottage cheese. I know what many of you might be thinking. Cottage cheese? That reminds me of restrictive, bland diet plans from the 80s. But dismiss this unassuming cheese at your peril, because it stands as one of the most powerful muscle-building foods available to older adults today. What makes cottage cheese so uniquely special for maintaining and rebuilding muscle? Consider this. Just half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese delivers a remarkable 14 grams of high-quality protein, all for a mere 81 calories. This means that an astonishing almost 70% of the calories in cottage cheese come directly from protein. Compare that to a common cheese like cheddar, where only about 24% of calories are protein-derived, and you quickly realize why cottage cheese operates in a league of its own for concentrated muscle nutrition. But it's not just the sheer quantity of protein that matters, it's the quality. Every half-cup serving of cottage cheese contains over 1 gram of a crucial amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the ignition key that starts your muscle-building engine. As we mature, our muscles become more resistant to growth signals, and they require a greater amount of leucine to kickstart the repair and growth process. In fact, older adults typically need around 3 grams of leucine at each meal to truly trigger significant muscle protein synthesis. So, with just 1 serving, cottage cheese provides approximately 1/3 of the leucine you need to activate that vital muscle-building pathway. Beyond its impressive nutritional profile, what truly endears cottage cheese to me for my older patients is its exceptional ease of consumption. Many individuals frequently report difficulties chewing tough meats or experience a diminished appetite as they age, making it challenging to consume sufficient protein. Cottage cheese, with its soft, creamy texture, offers an incredibly gentle and easily digestible protein source. It can be enjoyed straight from its container, mixed with fresh berries for a delicious and antioxidant-rich breakfast, or even blended seamlessly into smoothies where its mild flavor becomes virtually undetectable. You get all the benefits without even tasting it. The primary protein found in cottage cheese is casein, which is profoundly significant for older adults. Casein is known as a slow-release protein, meaning it delivers a steady, sustained stream of amino acids to your muscles over a period of 6 to 8 hours. Imagine it as a time-release muscle protector, diligently working to nourish your muscles throughout the day and, crucially, throughout the night. This slow digestion is especially valuable before bedtime, as consuming cottage cheese in the evening can help prevent your body from breaking down muscle tissue for energy while you sleep. The scientific research supporting cottage cheese is robust and compelling. Studies involving nearly 1,000 elderly participants have demonstrated that those who regularly incorporated cottage cheese into their daily diet experienced significant gains in muscle mass over time. The slowly digesting casein protein, in particular, proved remarkably effective at preserving muscle, even during periods of reduced activity. For practical application, consider mixing cottage cheese with berries and a touch of honey for a naturally sweet and protein-packed breakfast, providing antioxidants alongside essential muscle fuel. For savory preferences, blend it with chopped tomatoes, cucumber, and fresh herbs like dill or chives. At lunch, it serves as an excellent protein-rich base for creamy dips or spreads. In the evening, it can be wonderfully mixed into casseroles or used as a lighter, healthier alternative to ricotta in pasta dishes. If the texture is initially challenging, blending it into a fruit smoothie will render it undetectable while delivering all those invaluable muscle-building benefits. Some of my patients even cleverly substitute it for mayonnaise in chicken or tuna salad. For optimal results, aim for half a cup to a full cup of cottage cheese daily, with a strong recommendation for consuming it at breakfast. After an overnight fast, your muscles are most receptive to protein first thing in the morning, making that morning serving of cottage cheese a powerful way to prime your body for enhanced muscle building throughout the entire day. Next, let's explore our second muscle-building powerhouse, one that might genuinely surprise you: Parmesan cheese, or as the Italians aptly call it, Parmigiano Reggiano. Most people relegate Parmesan to a mere seasoning, something to casually sprinkle over pasta. Yet, this aged cheese is, in fact, one of the most nutrient-dense and potent muscle-building foods you can incorporate into your diet. What makes Parmesan truly remarkable for muscle health? Consider this. A mere 1-ounce serving, roughly the size of your thumb, contains over 10 grams of complete protein. This exceptional concentration makes it one of the highest protein per ounce cheeses available. For older adults, who often consume smaller portions due to reduced appetite or dental issues, this incredible nutrient density is invaluable, ensuring a significant protein boost in a compact serving. But where Parmesan truly becomes fascinating is during its meticulous aging process. Authentic Parmigiano Reggiano undergoes a minimum of 24 months of aging, and during this prolonged period, something extraordinary occurs. Natural enzymes within the cheese systematically break down its complex proteins into smaller, more easily digestible pieces. It's as if the cheese has been pre-digested for you, making it significantly gentler on your stomach and digestive system. This attribute is critically important for older adults, whose digestive systems often become less efficient with age. Many of my patients express discomfort or bloating after consuming typical protein-rich foods. However, Parmesan, thanks to its unique enzymatic breakdown during aging, is incredibly easy on the digestive tract. Furthermore, after 2 years of aging, authentic Parmesan contains virtually no lactose, meaning that even individuals who are lactose intolerant can typically enjoy it without experiencing any problems. Parmesan's benefits extend far beyond just protein, however. This cheese is also an undeniable calcium powerhouse. A single ounce delivers an impressive 331 milligrams of calcium, providing approximately 25% of your daily recommended intake. You might instinctively associate calcium solely with bone health, and while that's certainly true, it's vital to remember that your muscles also depend heavily on calcium. Every single muscle contraction, from a simple blink to lifting a heavy object, requires calcium to function properly. Without adequate calcium, your muscles simply cannot perform at their peak, regardless of how much protein you're consuming. Recent groundbreaking research has unveiled a fascinating link between calcium intake and muscle loss in older adults. Studies indicate that individuals who consistently fail to meet their daily calcium requirements face a significantly higher risk of experiencing age-related muscle mass decline. Therefore, when you enjoy Parmesan, you're not only providing your muscles with the essential protein they need to build and repair, but you're simultaneously supplying the critical calcium those muscles require to contract efficiently and function optimally. Now, a common concern might arise regarding the cost of authentic Parmigiano Reggiano. While it can indeed be more expensive up front, here's the crucial insight about Parmesan. Because its nutrients are so highly concentrated, you genuinely don't need to consume large quantities to reap its benefits. Just 1 to 2 ounces daily is enough to make a significant positive impact on your muscle health. When freshly grated, this translates to only about 2 tablespoons. And speaking of grating it fresh, this is a truly vital step. Those pre-grated containers found in stores simply cannot compare to the real thing. When you grate Parmesan fresh, you unlock a vastly superior flavor profile, preserve its nutritional integrity, and find that you are more satisfied with smaller amounts due to the intensity and richness of the taste. For easy integration into your daily routine, try grating Parmesan generously over scrambled eggs at breakfast, a combination that provides over 20 grams of protein to kickstart your day with strength. At lunch, sprinkle it liberally over soups and salads. Its rich, savory flavor elevates everything it touches. For dinner, use it to enhance vegetables or create a simple, protein-rich gratin with cauliflower or broccoli. You can even enjoy small, satisfying chunks of Parmesan as a wholesome snack, perhaps paired with a few nuts or a piece of fruit. The synergistic blend of protein, calcium, and intense flavor makes it incredibly satiating. When purchasing, look for wheels distinctly marked Parmigiano Reggiano with the characteristic dots around the rind. Investing in authentic Parmesan is worthwhile because its superior nutrition and flavor mean you'll be content with smaller portions, making it quite economical in the long run. Our third secret weapon for muscle building is ricotta cheese, and this one possesses a truly unique characteristic that sets it apart from all other cheeses. Ricotta is produced from whey, the liquid byproduct left over after making other cheeses. While this might sound like a mere leftover, it's precisely this origin that imbues ricotta with its extraordinary muscle-building properties. Allow me to explain why this distinction is so critically important. When you consume most cheeses, you are primarily ingesting casein protein, which, as we discussed with cottage cheese, digests slowly over several hours. However, ricotta contains a significant amount of whey protein, and whey protein is, quite simply, the fastest absorbing protein you can eat. Your body can absorb and begin utilizing whey protein within a remarkably short window, typically just 30 to 60 minutes after consumption. For building and repairing muscle in older adults, this speed of absorption is an absolute game changer. Consider this scenario. After a brisk walk around your neighborhood, a session of light gardening, or even a few simple bodyweight exercises, your muscles are primed and eagerly awaiting nutrients to begin the repair process. When you eat ricotta, those rapidly absorbing whey proteins swiftly reach your muscles, precisely when they are most receptive and can utilize them most effectively for recovery and growth. A half-cup serving of whole milk ricotta provides a substantial 14 grams of protein, a quantity similar to cottage cheese, but with a distinctly different and advantageous amino acid profile. Ricotta is particularly abundant in what scientists refer to as branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs. These specialized amino acids possess a unique ability to travel directly to your muscle tissue, completely bypassing your liver, allowing them to immediately get to work on muscle repair and growth. What makes ricotta exceptionally valuable for older adults is its remarkably smooth, creamy texture. Many of my patients who face dental challenges or experience difficulty swallowing find ricotta significantly easier to consume than other protein sources. Its naturally mild flavor ensures it doesn't overpower other ingredients, making it an incredibly versatile addition that blends beautifully into both sweet and savory dishes. Furthermore, ricotta naturally boasts a lower sodium content compared to most other cheeses. It typically contains only about 100 milligrams of sodium per half cup, a stark contrast to the over 400 milligrams found in many other common cheeses. This lower sodium profile is a crucial benefit, as many older adults need to carefully monitor their sodium intake for optimal heart health and blood pressure management. The research on ricotta's impact is particularly compelling. In one notable study, participants who consumed approximately 3/4 of a cup of ricotta daily not only gained valuable muscle mass, but also demonstrated significant improvements in their balance test scores and overall physical performance. The male participants in this study, in particular, exhibited dramatically enhanced muscle strength in just 90 days. But there's an additional, often overlooked benefit to ricotta. The whey protein within ricotta has been scientifically shown to help lower blood pressure and contribute to improved cardiovascular health. So, with ricotta, you're not merely building and preserving muscle, you're simultaneously bolstering your heart health, a dual benefit that is incredibly valuable for older adults striving for holistic well-being. In the kitchen, ricotta is astonishingly versatile. Unlike cottage cheese, which has a distinct curd texture, ricotta offers a smooth, creamy consistency with a delicate flavor that seamlessly integrates into almost any dish. For breakfast, try blending ricotta with a touch of honey and cinnamon, then spreading it generously on whole grain toast for a protein-rich version of cream cheese. At lunchtime, ricotta makes an excellent base for healthy dips when mixed with herbs, perfect for pairing with vegetables or spreading into sandwiches as a lighter alternative to mayonnaise. For dinner, ricotta can be elegantly stuffed into vegetables like bell peppers or zucchini, layered into savory casseroles, or mixed into pasta sauces to impart a delightful creaminess and a significant protein boost. You can even venture into using ricotta for healthier desserts. Mix it with a little cocoa powder and honey for a surprisingly healthy chocolate mousse, or blend it with fruits for a protein-packed smoothie. Some of my patients even cleverly incorporate ricotta into their baking, replacing a portion of flour in pancakes or muffins to effortlessly elevate the protein content. When purchasing ricotta, opt for whole milk ricotta for maximum protein and a greater sense of satiety. While part-skim versions are lower in calories, they may not deliver the same potent muscle-building benefits. Look for brands with minimal ingredients, typically just milk, vinegar or citric acid, and salt. The absolute best time to consume ricotta is within 2 hours after any form of physical activity, no matter how light, even something as simple as gardening or taking a leisurely walk. Due to its rapidly absorbing whey protein, ricotta ensures a swift and efficient delivery of amino acids to your muscles during that critical post-activity window, precisely when they are most primed for repair and growth. Now that you're aware of which cheeses are your muscle-building allies, let's delve into another critical aspect: when to eat them. The timing of your protein intake can make an enormous difference in how effectively these cheeses work their magic. Recent scientific research has unveiled fascinating insights into meal timing that challenge long-held beliefs about eating habits. For decades, many of us have been told that dinner should be the largest meal of the day. However, when your goal is specifically to build and preserve muscle after the age of 65, breakfast actually emerges as your single most important opportunity for muscle synthesis. Why does this matter so profoundly? After a full night's sleep, your body has been in a fasting state for 8 to 10 hours. During this prolonged period, your body naturally begins to break down muscle tissue to supply energy for essential bodily functions. Your very first meal of the day therefore presents your prime chance to fundamentally shift your body's metabolic state from muscle breakdown to muscle building. Research conclusively demonstrates that older adults who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast successfully maintain significantly better muscle protein synthesis throughout the entire day, a marked improvement compared to those who opt for a typical low-protein breakfast of toast and coffee. Yet, a disheartening majority of people over 65 consume only about 8 grams of protein at breakfast, a quantity nowhere near sufficient to trigger the necessary muscle-building processes. This is precisely where our three remarkable cheeses become incredibly powerful tools in your nutritional arsenal. Imagine starting your day with a breakfast that combines half a cup of cottage cheese mixed with fresh berries, generously topped with an ounce of freshly grated Parmesan. This simple yet potent combination delivers an impressive 24 grams of high-quality protein and over 2 grams of leucine, more than enough to flip your body's switch from breaking down muscle to actively building it up. But timing extends beyond just breakfast. It's also about how you strategically distribute protein throughout your entire day. Many older adults inadvertently fall into what I term the light-heavy eating pattern, consuming very little protein at breakfast and lunch, then attempting to compensate with a massive portion of meat or protein at dinner. Unfortunately, this common approach proves largely ineffective for aging muscles. Your muscles have a limited capacity to utilize protein for building new tissue at any one time, typically around 25 to 35 grams. If you consume, say, 60 grams of protein at dinner, your body simply cannot store or efficiently use the excess for later muscle building. It's akin to attempting to water a thirsty plant by deluging it with an entire bucket of water once a day, instead of providing smaller, more consistent amounts throughout the day. The ideal pattern for effectively combating muscle loss is to aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at each of your main meals. This optimized distribution might look like cottage cheese mixed with fruit at breakfast, a sandwich featuring ricotta and vegetables at lunch, and your regular dinner enhanced with freshly grated Parmesan. There's one more timing secret that can dramatically amplify your results. If you engage in any form of physical activity, even something as moderate as a 15-minute walk around your neighborhood or some light gardening, make a conscious effort to consume one of these muscle-building cheeses within 2 hours afterward. Research conclusively shows that the synergistic combination of physical activity followed by protein intake creates a far more powerful muscle-building response than either factor alone. This doesn't necessitate vigorous, high-intensity exercise. Even gentle activities like walking, stretching, or performing household chores contribute as meaningful physical activity for your muscles. The core principle is to remain active and then promptly fuel your muscles with the precise nutrients they need while they are still in that highly receptive post-activity state. One of the most frequent questions I receive from my patients revolves around the precise quantity of cheese they should be consuming daily. Let me provide you with clear, practical guidelines grounded in robust scientific research that illustrates what works best. First, let's determine your overall daily protein needs. Current recommendations for adults over 65 suggest a target of 1 to 1.2 grams of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. To easily calculate this for yourself, take your weight in pounds and divide it by 2.2 to convert it into kilograms. Then, multiply that kilogram weight by 1.2. For instance, if you weigh 150 pounds, that translates to approximately 68 kilograms. Multiplying 68 by 1.2 indicates that you need about 82 grams of protein each day. Now, it's important to understand that you won't and shouldn't obtain all of your daily protein from cheese alone, as a balanced diet requires diverse nutrient sources. However, cheese can readily provide a significant portion of this protein, particularly at meals where other protein sources might be insufficient. Based on the research studies that demonstrated the most impressive results, here is my recommendation for daily cheese intake. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of our designated muscle-building cheeses each day, with each serving strategically providing 10 to 15 grams of protein. This might manifest as half a cup of cottage cheese at breakfast, an ounce of Parmesan at lunch, and a third of a cup of ricotta at dinner. This combination alone would provide you with approximately 35 to 40 grams of protein from cheese, effectively covering roughly half of your total daily protein requirements. I anticipate some of you might be concerned about the calories and fat content associated with cheese. It's true that cheese contains fat, but it's crucial to remember that we are discussing specific, measured portions, not unlimited consumption. The total calories derived from these recommended cheese servings would typically range from about 300 to 400 calories per day, which is a very reasonable and manageable amount as part of a well-rounded and balanced diet. The single most important factor, however, is consistency. The studies that yielded the most impressive results had participants consuming cheese every single day for a sustained period of at least 60 to 90 days. You cannot expect to see significant muscle gains by consuming cheese only once or twice a week. It's imperative to approach it as you would a daily vitamin or medication. It needs to become a regular, ingrained part of your routine. I consistently advise my patients to view their cheese consumption as a vital investment in their future independence. The relatively small amount of extra calories you incorporate now could very well be the critical difference between effortlessly climbing stairs at 80 and struggling with even the most basic daily activities. While the existing research unequivocally demonstrates that cheese alone can significantly contribute to fighting muscle loss, combining it with the right type of exercise creates what scientists term a synergistic effect. This means the positive results become far greater than what you would achieve from consuming cheese or performing exercise by themselves. The most effective type of exercise for building and maintaining muscle is known as resistance training. Now, before visions of heavy weights and intimidating gym equipment fill your mind, let me immediately put your fears at ease. Resistance training for older adults can be as straightforward and gentle as repeatedly standing up and sitting down from a chair, performing push-ups against a sturdy wall, or using lightweight elastic resistance bands. The research emphatically tells us that when you engage in resistance exercises and then consume one of our muscle-building cheeses within 2 hours, your muscles respond with significantly greater vigor than they would to the cheese alone. In fact, this powerful combination has been shown to restore what researchers incredibly refer to as a youthful muscle-building response, even in individuals over 80 years old. The truly beautiful aspect of this approach is that you are not required to exercise every single day. Studies reveal that engaging in resistance training just 2 to 3 times per week is ample to effectively maintain and build muscle, provided you are also consuming adequate daily protein. On the days you don't undertake formal exercise, you should still continue to consume your recommended cheese servings to provide a steady, continuous stream of vital nutrition to your muscles. Even your everyday activities count as beneficial resistance training. Gardening, carrying groceries, navigating stairs, and even vigorous housework all provide the kind of gentle yet effective muscle stimulus that works harmoniously with increased protein intake. The overarching key is to remain consistently active and then reliably fuel your muscles with the precise nutrients they require. While cheese can be an incredibly powerful ally in your quest to build and maintain muscle, there are some critically important considerations we must address, particularly if you have pre-existing health conditions or specific dietary concerns. Let's start with lactose intolerance, a condition that often becomes more prevalent as we age. The encouraging news here is that the specific cheeses we've discussed are generally much better tolerated than regular milk. Aged Parmesan, for instance, contains virtually no lactose after its extensive aging process. Cottage cheese and ricotta do contain some lactose, but significantly less than milk. If you are lactose intolerant, I recommend starting with small amounts and carefully observing how your body responds. You can also explore taking lactase enzyme supplements immediately before consuming cheese to aid digestion. For those managing high blood pressure, paying close attention to sodium content is paramount. Parmesan is naturally higher in sodium due to its aging process. Cottage cheese, however, exhibits wide variations in sodium content between brands. Some varieties can contain over 400 milligrams of sodium per half cup, while low-sodium versions can have less than 100 milligrams. Ricotta is naturally lower in sodium across the board. When shopping, always seek out low-sodium options where available, and importantly, balance your cheese intake with an abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables to support overall sodium balance. For individuals closely monitoring their cholesterol levels, I have reassuring news. Recent, large-scale studies involving thousands of participants have consistently shown that cheese consumption, when integrated as part of a balanced diet and consumed in appropriate portions, does not significantly elevate heart disease risk in most people. The key, as always, lies in portion control and making intelligent choices regarding the types of cheese you consume. Adhere to the serving sizes we've discussed, and consider opting for lower-fat versions like part-skim ricotta or low-fat cottage cheese if you have particular concerns. If you are currently taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, it is crucial to maintain a consistent cheese intake from day to day. Cheese contains vitamin K, a nutrient that can interact with these medications if your intake fluctuates dramatically. The solution is not to avoid cheese, but rather to consume it consistently and, most importantly, inform your doctor that you are regularly including cheese in your daily diet so they can adjust your medication dosage if necessary. Finally, for anyone with kidney disease or reduced kidney function, a high protein intake can pose challenges. If you have any kidney-related issues, it is absolutely essential that you consult with your doctor before significantly increasing your protein intake through cheese or any other dietary source. Your doctor can provide personalized guidance based on your specific health needs. Now, let's synthesize all this valuable information into a practical, actionable plan that you can begin implementing today. I am going to walk you through exactly how to seamlessly incorporate these 3 powerful cheeses into your daily routine for maximum muscle-building benefit. First and foremost, revolutionize your breakfast into a truly muscle-building meal. Within an hour of waking up, aim to consume half a cup to a full cup of cottage cheese. You can enhance it with fresh berries for a boost of antioxidants and natural sweetness. Or if you lean towards savory flavors, combine it with chopped tomatoes and fresh herbs. If cottage cheese isn't immediately appealing to your palate, consider starting with ricotta spread on whole grain toast, perhaps with a drizzle of honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The overarching goal for breakfast is to achieve 25 to 30 grams of protein, effectively kickstarting your muscle-building processes for the entire day. For lunch, embrace creative ways to infuse Parmesan into whatever you're eating. Generously grate an ounce over your salad, stir it into your soup, or sprinkle it onto your sandwich. Its rich, savory flavor not only elevates other foods, but also makes your meals far more satisfying. If you're opting for a lighter lunch, consider adding ricotta as a creamy spread or using it as the base for a dip with fresh vegetables. Remember, you're aiming for another 25 to 30 grams of protein at this meal to maintain consistent muscle support throughout the afternoon. At dinner, strategically utilize cheese to significantly boost the protein content of your evening meal. If you're preparing pasta, mix ricotta directly into the sauce for a delightful creaminess and a substantial protein increase. If your meal features vegetables, top them generously with freshly grated Parmesan. If your main dish already provides ample protein from meat or fish, you might opt for just a small amount of cheese or save it for a satisfying evening snack. It's also wise to keep these muscle-building cheeses readily available for spontaneous snacks. Small, pre-portioned containers of cottage cheese, or even chunks of Parmesan, can provide quick, nutrient-dense fuel after physical activity or between meals when you need an energy boost. Imagine this simple scenario. You dedicate just 10 minutes to performing some gentle exercises, such as standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 times, doing 10 push-ups against a wall, and lifting your arms up and down using light weights or even water bottles. This brief routine might take you all of 10 minutes. If you follow this activity with a snack of cottage cheese or a meal that includes Parmesan or ricotta, your muscles will utilize that protein far more effectively than if you had remained sedentary all day. It's like the exercise awakens your muscles, making them highly receptive to the nutrients you're providing. I highly recommend maintaining a simple journal for the first few weeks of this journey. Make a note of which cheeses you ate, how much, and at what times of day. After just 2 weeks, begin to consciously observe any changes in your energy levels, how effortlessly you perform daily activities, or your overall sense of strength. After 30 days, you might genuinely notice that tasks like carrying groceries or rising from chairs feel subtly easier, and after a full 90 days, you should experience significant, tangible improvements in your muscle strength and overall physical function. As we draw our time together to a close, let me equip you with clear, specific action steps that you can implement starting today to embark on your muscle-building cheese journey. First, make an immediate trip to your grocery store and purchase all 3 of the remarkable cheeses we've discussed. Get cottage cheese, authentic Parmesan, and ricotta cheese. Buy enough for at least a week, so you have ample opportunity to experiment with different ways of incorporating them into your meals and discover what you enjoy most. Second, take a moment right now to calculate your personalized daily protein needs using the simple formula I shared with you earlier. Write this crucial number down and place it somewhere highly visible, perhaps on your refrigerator, as a constant daily reminder of your vital goal. Third, dedicate a few minutes to planning your meals for tomorrow, ensuring that each meal is designed to include 25 to 30 grams of protein, with at least one of our 3 muscle-building cheeses strategically incorporated. Fourth, if you are not already engaging in some form of physical activity, start incredibly small and simple. Commit to just 5 minutes of gentle movements. This could be repeatedly standing up and sitting down from a chair, performing push-ups against a wall, or gently lifting light weights or even water bottles. Plan to do this just 2 or 3 times this week. Nothing overwhelming. Fifth, and crucially, mark your calendar for 90 days from today. That date will serve as your designated moment to pause, assess how you feel, recognize how much stronger you've become, and truly appreciate the profound changes you've noticed in your daily life. Many people are genuinely amazed by the transformation they witness in just 3 months. Remember this fundamental truth: muscle loss is not an inevitable, unavoidable part of getting older. With these 3 specific cheeses as an integral part of your daily diet, combined with the strategic timing and activity guidelines I've shared with you today, you possess the power to not only maintain but actively rebuild muscle mass well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The scientific evidence is abundantly clear, the approach is refreshingly simple, and the potential for profound, positive change in your life is undeniably real. But knowledge, powerful as it is, without corresponding action, will not deliver the results you desire. The critical question before you now is whether you will take that crucial first step. Will you, after watching this, go buy cottage cheese and faithfully eat it for breakfast tomorrow morning? Will you grate fresh Parmesan generously over your lunch? Will you commit yourself to 90 days of consistent cheese consumption to truly witness what is possible for your body's strength and vitality? I deeply believe you will, because I believe every single person deserves to age with strength, unwavering confidence, and cherished independence. These 3 simple, delicious cheeses can become your most powerful allies in that transformative journey. Use them wisely, use them consistently, and prepare to be utterly amazed at how powerfully your body responds. Your muscles are ready and eagerly waiting for the precise nutrients they need to repair, rebuild, and grow stronger. With cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta by your side, you now possess everything you need to succeed. It is never, ever too late to begin building muscle, and now you know exactly how to do it. Thank you for dedicating this valuable time with me today. Here's to your health, your enduring strength, and many, many more years of independence and vibrant vitality ahead. Now, go eat some cheese. Your future self will undoubtedly thank you for it.